Bro, this is Vince Russo, and you are listening to SK Wrestling.
What's going on, fans? As you heard from that show opener today, we have Vince Russo, WWF magazine writer, programming WCW, TNA, professional podcaster, and also writer and a singer. And we will get into the singing part in a little bit.
And the most important thing, the former WCW World Champion, please. I like to be referred to as the former WCW World Champion.
Now, Riju from Sportskeeda had told me that he had at one time asked if you would watch The Walking Dead, and we know that you did through the episode of I Finally Got Around To. You left off with a great cliffhanger, Season 5, Episode 1. So I got to ask, did you get around to Season 5, Episode 2?
Well, bro, I will tell you. See, bro, this is where wrestling is falling way short. Because let's look at Vince Russo as a television viewer. Mm-hmm. Okay, just like Vince Russo, television viewer, for argument's sake, who would never watch wrestling. Okay, but puts it on.
Mm-hmm.
This is Vince Russo, television viewer, who would never watch a zombie show. I'm not a zombie fan. I'm not a comic book guy. I'm not a fan of the comic book. I'm not a fan of cannibalism. I would never watch this show. Okay? Mm-hmm. Well, bro, let me tell you, I am on Season 5, as of now, Season 5, Episode 8.
Okay.
Reason being, bro, is because something is obviously keeping me there. Something's keeping me there, bro. I would have never watched this show. Now, bro, I got to be honest. Let me fast forward to I've watched every single episode of AEW Wrestling since it premiered in October.
Mm-hmm.
I said when I turned 60, and I am 9 days away from my 60th birthday, that I am going to cut back on my viewing of wrestling because it is a massive waste of time. So now, bro, this is an industry that I've been in now for 30 years. I can't wait to stop watching AEW. So, bro, think about that. Now, as a television viewer, why can I not wait to stop watching this show? And why does, even though I almost tapped out at least 3 times during Walking Dead, I am still watching this show? There's got to be a reason for that, bro.
As a fan of The Walking Dead myself, I thought that the writers have done a really good job with the character development, especially early on with Rick, guys like Shane, who unfortunately Shane was killed off in Season 2, especially with that whole love triangle that Shane, Rick, and his wife had.
Way too early.
Yes, I totally agree, and I agreed with your statements on that, listening to the show. I got to ask, how do you feel that the writers of The Walking Dead would fare in character development in wrestling?
Well, you know, bro, it's a little weird because there's a lot of comparisons, bro, with The Walking Dead and Lost. Lost was another show I watched every single season of. And I guess the comparison is you got an entourage cast, okay? Mm-hmm. What I liked about Lost and where Walking Dead almost lost me, I like in Lost where we immediately started flashing back on the lives of these people. Immediately. So all these guys, this plane crashes, everybody's on an island. We don't know what the hell's going on. But then we immediately start getting into flashbacks of who these people are.
Mm-hmm.
Walking Dead didn't do that, bro. And that's why I think they almost lost me, because I'm watching these first two seasons, and, basically, everybody's getting eaten. Then there's a flu going around. It's not until season 4, bro, when the characters start pairing off, when you now start learning about the characters, which to me, those have been the best episodes of the show. I think, bro, can I tell you something? You could take a writer of Sesame Street, and they would build the characters better in wrestling than what you're seeing now. And that's an absolute shoot, bro. You could take the most elementary show on television now, and they would produce better content than the wrestling businesses.
Okay. That kind of follows into my next question. The WWE Performance Center was, I don't know if they are because of the pandemic or anything, but they were holding classes for character development, promos, and things like that. Do you think any of that has helped any of the character development to the current roster?
Not what I've seen on TV. Bro, nobody acts like wrestlers but wrestlers.
Yeah.
Nobody talks like wrestlers but wrestlers. And I'm going to go back to a normal person watching a wrestling show. Just like I'm a television viewer now. I'm not in the freaking wrestling business. Here's a perfect example. I'll give you a perfect example. I'm a normal guy. I'm on I got my remote in my hand, blah, blah, blah. Last night I come across this wrestling show. Okay, I'm not a wrestling fan. Let me see what this is. First thing I see is a guy on his knees with his hands by his side, allowing himself to get kicked in the chest 5 straight times. So as a regular television viewer, I'm watching this and I'm like, who would do that? Like who would not try to defend themselves and just get kicked in the chest 5 times? Bro, goodbye. That is unrealistic. That is ridiculous. That is stupid. That is silly. Goodbye. I am no longer going to be watching this show. That's what I'm talking about, bro. They're catering to an audience that they already have. And if you are not in that niche wrestling audience slice of the pie, you're never going to become a viewer of today's wrestling product, ever.